You know that feeling, right? Got your laptop, a brand new 4K monitor, and maybe an older 1080p screen on the side.
Oh yeah, the classic mismatched setup.
Exactly. You plug it all in, you're expecting this flawless command center, and instead, you just get the dreaded blinking blank screen. It is so frustrating.
It really is. And well, today we are translating some pretty dense AV jargon into a cure for those exact multi-screen headaches.
Right, so welcome to today's deep dive. We are unpacking the Avenview ScalerPro from HDTV Supply. So let's just get into it. Why does that blank screen happen in the first place?
So it happens because HDMI isn't just a dumb video cable. It doesn't just passively send pictures. It's actually a highly sensitive two-way communication network.
Okay, two-way. So they're talking to each other.
Exactly. When your 4K source tries to talk to a 4K screen and an older 1080p monitor at the exact same time, the system basically panics.
Oh, because it doesn't know which resolution to send.
Right. It either defaults to the lowest quality monitor or it just crashes the feed entirely.
Wow. So, I mean, it all comes down to EDID management, right? Extended display identification data. Is it kind of like a digital bouncer checking a monitor's ID at the door?
That is a great way to put it. The monitor hands over its ID, and that tells the video source exactly what format it's allowed to send.
Okay, so how does the ScalerPro fix this? Does it just, like, bribe the bouncer?
Sort of.
Yeah.
It essentially gives that bouncer a photographic memory. It has this dedicated memory chip, a non-volatile flash EEPROM.
Okay, non-volatile meaning it doesn't forget when you unplug it.
Exactly. The memory doesn't wipe when the power goes out. It permanently remembers your monitor's exact profile.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so your video source boots directly from that saved memory. You could literally unplug a monitor midstream and the feed won't crash.
Wait, really? Because the source still thinks the monitor is physically there?
You got it. It fakes the handshake perfectly to keep the stream alive.
That is wild. But, okay, if it's keeping the stream alive at full quality, what happens when that 4K stream hits the secondary monitor that, physically can't handle a 4K image?
Well, that is where the simultaneous HDMI outputs come in. It acts like a live translator.
Okay, how so?
Think of it like taking a dense 1,000-page academic book. That's your 4K signal. It passes that cleanly through output 1 to your main display.
Right, so the main display gets the full book.
Exactly. But at the exact same time, it instantly writes a pocket-sized summary of that book.
Oh, it downscales the video to 1080p.
Yes. And it sends that summary through output 2 for the older monitor. Or, it can do the exact reverse and upscale 1080p to 4K.
That is super smart. But wait, if it's doing all this intense translation on the fly, why doesn't it touch frame rates? Like the specs say completely skips 720p and 1080i formats.
Yeah, it does.
That feels like a glaring blind spot for a high-end scaler, doesn't it?
I mean, it sounds like it, but it's actually a deliberate choice to avoid lag.
Oh, so it's prioritizing speed.
Exactly. If the processor gets bogged down trying to invent or delete frames to match different refresh rates, or deinterlacing legacy formats like 1080i, you get latency.
Right, which you don't want.
Well, definitely not. So it dedicates all its processing power purely to resizing the pixels. It sacrifices broad compatibility with older tech to guarantee zero latency on modern standards.
That makes total sense. Now, to actually control how it handles those pixels, you don't just flip a physical switch on the box.
No. You use PC software. That lets you assign the HDMI ports, read your specific displays, and actually rewrite the EDI data it's feeding back to your source.
Right, because you are managing massive data pipelines here. I mean, this unit is handling HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2, plus it supports 4K at 60 frames per second.
With 4.2.0 10-bit color, yeah. Which, in practical terms, means it handles the dense color depth of high-end HDR systems perfectly.
Without becoming a bottleneck that ruins your picture quality.
Exactly.
So looking at the cost, it lists for $398.67, and that's even before applying their 10% off code.
Right.
Since HDTV Supply normally caters to, like, massive 160 TV sports bar matrices, is this overkill for your average home theater, or maybe a high-end office?
Well, you're really paying for permanence and peace of mind. Along with a 3-year Avenview warranty, you are permanently solving the exact incompatible monitor problem that ruins presentations.
So you're basically buying the end of the blank screen.
Precisely.
The ScalerPro really acts as this invisible translator, just keeping modern AV systems from collapsing under their own communication failures.
It does, which, leaves you with an interesting thought.
Oh, what's that?
Well, if hardware is getting this smart at reading and rewriting displays digital DNA on the fly,
Yeah.
how long until our screens and sources just bypass standards entirely?
Oh, wow. Like negotiating custom video formats we haven't even invented yet.
Exactly.
That is wild to think about. Our digital bouncer isn't just checking IDs anymore. Pretty soon, they might just be inventing the guest list from scratch.